Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've seen a lot of videos online about the viral Amanpulo Turon. And so today I'm going to share with you how I make my version. I don't think it's gonna cost you 750 pesos to make this, but I promise you it will taste as if it was. So let's get started. So the Amanpulo Turon comes with a homemade ice cream. So in my version, we're going to make Sampaguita Ice Cream. So in a stand mixer bowl, I'm going to add a couple of ingredients. But if you don't have one of these, it's okay. You can also just use a hand mixer for this. So the first ingredient that I'm going to add is some cold heavy whipping cream. This is 2.5 cups, which I'm just gonna go ahead and put straight into the bowl. To this, I'm going to add 1 can or 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. So just use any brand that you love. So just make sure you put everything in. So next ingredients are gonna be the ones that are going to make this Sampaguita forward. So the first thing that I'm going to add is some dried jasminum sambac or Arabian jasmine, also known as Sampaguita. So those are the other names for Sampaguita. I got this online on eBay and I'm going to use that in this recipe. I just got 2 tablespoons of that I soaked in 1/2 cup of hot water. So I'm going to add it here. I'm just going to strain it to make sure that we don't get any more of the flower buds. Those are edible. I just don't like specifically the green ones because this one becomes bitter. So to make sure that we're also adding more of that Sampaguita flavor, I'm also adding food-grade Sampaguita extract, 20 droplets of the Sampaguita extract. Now all you have to do is to make sure all of these ingredients are well combined. So just give it some time. You just want to make sure that the heavy whipping cream stiffens and that it creates a thicker consistency than this. Okay, we're almost there, guys. All right, let's take a look. See, you now have stiff peaks, and that is what you want. Let me try it. Just a little bit of it. Guys, lami kayo. It's so good. So as you can see, the consistency is now a lot thicker and a lot creamier. So now you're going to transfer it into a container for you to put it in the freezer. So we're going to freeze this overnight, and the next day, the ice cream will be ready. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this with a plastic wrap, and then we'll put it in the freezer. Okay, so while that's chilling, let's go ahead and work on the actual turon. So I have here some lumpia wrapper. This is 2 cans of langka. This is about 10 pieces of saba bananas. And I'll show you how I cut them. I also have some brown sugar over here. For the jackfruit, I just open it up just like that and just cut it lengthwise, about just that big. And you kind of want it to be consistent with how you cut the fruits. So you want all of this to kind of be similar in size as well. So for the saba bananas, I'm just gonna cut it into 4. So first half just like that, and then half. And that is how I cut my saba bananas. Okay, now that everything is ready, I'm going to show you how I wrap my turon. Grab a lumpia wrapper, and then I will grab 2 pieces of the saba bananas, and I'm just lightly coating it with the brown sugar. And you don't want to overcoat it, and the reason why is because you don't want this to be overly sweet. The banana and the jackfruit has its natural sweetness, which I still love. 5 pieces of the jackfruit and 2 pieces of the bananas. I'm going to start folding it into itself, just like that. You know, if you've made lumpia wrappers before or egg rolls, it's gonna be the same thing. You just fold it onto itself, just like that. And then make sure that everything is covered and it's tightly wrapped into itself. I'm going to just seal the end off with just some water, And there you go, guys. That is my turon. I'll make a couple more and then I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, now that we have our turon wrapped up and ready for cooking, we're going to shallow fry it. You don't need to deep fry this because there's no meat. All you have to do is really melt the sugar that's inside and cook the lumpia wrapper. That's all you gotta do. Okay, and make sure it's crispy. I'm going to put all of this into the pan and just make sure that you're not overcrowding it. Ooh. So we just want to put a maximum of 5 pieces here. Okay. All right. Look at that, guys. This is gonna be so good. The hot turon is gonna go really well with the cold ice cream. I just can't wait for you guys to see the final product. Okay, this looks good to me. It's nice and golden brown. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into this plate with a paper towel. Next, we'll make the dry caramel. In a pan, I'm just gonna add a couple of tablespoons of white sugar. So I'm not even adding anything else aside from the white sugar. And as it melts, it's going to give you that nice brown color, which you can now coat your turon. And I'm not even measuring this, guys. I'm just adding the sugar slowly, a couple tablespoons at a time. And the heat is just medium to medium low. I think this is a good amount for me. As long as you don't see any more of that white specks. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn off the heat. So now the heat is off. I'm going to put all of my turon back and coat it while it's still hot, okay? So you see that? And now I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the plate where we're gonna serve it. And I also want like that crispiness. And so I'm going to just coat one side of the turon. Okay, but if you want this to be extra caramelly, you can also just add as much as you want. And this is something that you have to do fast because you don't want this whole thing to really just be very sticky. You want to still be able to work on the turon. Okay. So now that you have your turon ready, the next thing we want to do is add the ice cream. But before you do that, I have here crushed Biscoff cookies. I just basically crushed it using a mortar and pestle, and I'm going to go ahead and put the ice cream on top of this just for that added texture. You can just add any of the cookies that you want. Some people use pistachios, some people just use cashews. Do whatever you want. I think the Biscoff is going to work well with the Sampaguita ice cream. So here is my Sampaguita ice cream. And as you can see, guys, I really like it because it's almost done. But this is when I was recipe testing for my Sampaguita ice cream. And I promise you guys, it's gonna be so good. You have to try this. I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop 1 scoop of ice cream. Right, but see, you look how creamy that is, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but look. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here. Guys, just look at that. Finally, my favorite part of the video, it's eating time. While I was actually filming the B-roll, I also cut real orchids, okay? Because the Amanpulo version apparently has a flower on it, and I saw that I have blooming orchids. So yes, I killed an orchid flower just for you guys. So you need to watch this video, okay? Okay, so let's try the turon first. You hear that? All right. It's so good. You see how creamy this ice cream is? Just look. Look. I mean, I have no words. The Sampaguita gives off that floral, very familiar smell and taste. The first time I actually tasted Sampaguita in a dessert was in Shalo in Cebu. And so I've always wanted to recreate one for one of my recipes. I'm just glad I'm able to show you guys this with something that is a classic, right? Which is turon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you try this at home. If you like more recipes like this, you can watch them over here. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye! So good.